When it comes to stupidity, we know the seamen are unmatched. But what's the dumbest thing the US military's ever done? Was it teaching dolphins to hunt submarines? Or maybe it was having bats become suicide bombers. You know, white and red checkered tablecloths wrapped around their head, with a Captain Hook alarm clock strapped to their chest. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Or maybe it was dosing soldiers with LSD to see if they could spoon bend like Alakazam. But listen, all those theories you have, throw those right in the trash. Because in 1958, the United States Air Force had a plan to nuke the moon. No, it was not for science, it was not for national defense, and no, it was not to assert dominance to eventually go clap alien cheeks. This was merely to show the Soviet Union that our crazy was bigger than their crazy. Welcome to Project A119. Man, the Cold War really had us in shambles. Cause this story today makes MKUltra look like a damn team building exercise. And listen, I'm not a hydrologist or anything, but after seeing the way Texas is flooding, I don't know if blowing up the moon would have been the best idea. Stop the tape, this script needs to be locked away. Dr. Dre, don't just stand there, operate. It's the late 1950s, and the Cold War is peaking. Just like your classmate Jimmy playing Stellar Blade with the volume maxed out. The man's gooning. America and the Soviet Union are ideologically slapboxing with nukes. But this wasn't just about bombs, it was about vibes. Specifically, dominance, control, and who could act crazier in public without blinking. See, they cared about propaganda, public morale, and looking tough in front of your enemies like it's high school, but with warheads. And in 1957, the Soviets did the unthinkable. They launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. And see, you would think Americans would be looking at that like, hey, yo, respect Russians. But nah, dude, everyone was freaked out. See, this war may have been cold, but it felt like the inside was about to boil like a toaster strudel. Headlines were screaming about red space orbs spying on American soil. Parents were building bunkers in their damn houses. And the government kept screaming about some satellite gap, whatever the hell that meant. So you guys gotta understand, the US was just taking L after L after L left and right, bro. First, the Soviets launched Sputnik, then they launched a damn dog into space named Laika or something. Bro, they had Laika filming Interstellar, while we, here in America, had Air Bud balling like Allen Iverson in a backyard. And then anytime we tried to launch a rocket, that shit would just blow up like it was made out of pipe cleaners or something. And here's the thing, I know what the government was thinking. I know their logic. They had that toddler logic. They thought, if we can't make it to the moon, nobody can. We'll just blow it up. And listen, before y'all start calling me a conspiracy theorist, this was 1958, remember. See, we hadn't even been to the moon yet. I'm not saying we never went. Stanley Kubrick filmed it. See, the Cold War wasn't just a normal war. This was basically a pissing contest with both parties having nuclear warheads. It was kind of like those dudes trying to get in a fight with one another, chest to chest, necks locked, talking about, hey, do something, bro. Nah, I dare you to do something. Okay, then touch me and see what happens. Meanwhile, their damn esophaguses are kissing. And see, you mix all that together in a pot, and Viola, Project A119, officially titled A Study of Lunar Research Flights. Oh, it sounds wholesome, right? Like some astronauts and a telescope were involved? Nah, see, this was a plan to launch a nuclear warhead into the moon and detonate it for the world to see. A literal cosmic middle finger. Hey, and y'all think Biden and Trump got the US looking crazy as hell? We were really about to launch a nuke into the moon. The world would have looked at us like Adolf 2.0. That's some crazy ass shit, bro. I bet you George Bush probably heard the moon had oil on it. But listen, this wasn't just a fringe idea from some dude in a lab coat. This actually came from the Air Force Special Weapons Center. And see, their reasoning? They said we need to boost public morale and display dominance in space. And it's like, yeah, nothing says peaceful innovation like nuking a celestial body, bro. Now see, their goal was simple, to blow up the moon just a little bit and make sure everyone on Earth could see the fireball. That way everyone on the planet could say, damn, America's crazy. Now, let me remind you guys of something. This was less than 15 damn years after we dropped the atomic bombs on Japan. So they wanted to nuke the moon to show the world we were crazy. As if we didn't just do that shit 2 times. Now, you may be sitting here asking yourself, why in the world would we ever want to nuke the moon? Well, because it's basically a big ass billboard. We hit the damn moon with nukes and the world looks up and says, bruh, don't mess with them. And listen, while I was doing research for this script, I sat there and thought, bro, this was 1958, right? What if we didn't know that the moon was filled with some like highly explosive material? So we send a nuke at it, blow that bitch up, and next thing you know, we cause like a second Big Bang or a massive black hole. And we're just looking at that bitch like, yes, McDonald's? Hello, this is the United States. We'd like to order a large number 9. Yes, the Big McSteak. Oh, but with the experiment, they also said that they thought it may provide some scientific insight, like analyzing dust clouds and the moon's composition. But let's be real, bro. This was mainly about showing off. They just wanted to sound somewhat sane. Now, see, their plan was to send a W-25 nuclear warhead, a 1.7 kiloton device on a missile straight for the moon. For reference, that's about 1/10 of the power of the bomb that we dropped on Hiroshima. So it's a small nuke, but a big boom. Now, if everything went according to plan, it would detonate just above the lunar surface on the terminator line, which is the boundary between the light and darkness on the moon. So the Earth's telescopes would be able to catch the fireball. Now listen, before we progress, I know everyone here has the exact same 2 thoughts. Number 1, the United States government naming center, they gotta get promotions because the Terminator line is a top 5 name of all time. Number 2, we used a nuke 10 times stronger than the moon nuke on little ass Japan. Bro, do you guys know how much smaller Japan is than the moon? The levels of disrespect from the US government is absurd. But anyway, for this moon nuke thing to happen, the timing and trajectory would have to be extremely precise. And this was 1958, remember? The computers, they were basically just glorified calculators at this point. I mean, even space flight was brand new. Remember, we hadn't been to the moon yet, so putting a person in space was hard enough, let alone shooting a nuke 238,000 miles away. Oh, and here's the part that they conveniently forgot. In 1958, America had never even hit the moon with anything, right? So our rocket success rate was barely above 50%. But somehow they thought, yeah, let's thread a nuclear needle through space at 24,000 miles an hour and detonate that bitch like a fireworks finale. And at this point, this isn't even intelligent science. This is more like your drunk uncle taking a $5 bet whether or not he can do a backflip off the back deck. Spoiler alert, he breaks his neck and dies. Oh, and another fun fact, warheads don't always explode on impact. Sometimes they're duds. So if the trajectory or speed or whatever was messed up, there's a chance that bitch would have just hit the damn moon like a 1,000-pound radioactive Mike Tyson punch. Now here's the part that melts my brain, is they didn't even fully understand the risks. Well, not fully, they didn't understand them at all. I mean, what if the rocket failed on launch? Congrats, you just nuked America. What if it missed the moon, caught that gravity, spun around, and came right back down to us? Congrats, you just nuked America. I mean, what if it accidentally altered the moon's orbit or damaged the surface in a way that impacted the Earth's tides? Congrats, you just flooded Texas. Now see, they said that the risks were minimal, but really that's just Cold War talk for, we'll see what happens and deal with it later. So, why didn't it happen? Well, because in 1959, the plan was officially scrapped. The newly formed NASA was like, hey guys, if we're trying to go to the moon, maybe we shouldn't blow it up. Public opinion was also shifting too. Nuking space felt less like a flex and more like a red flag. See, these people, they were finally waking up after a long night of drinking, scratching their head thinking, man, dude, all that crazy shit I said last night, maybe I was tripping. Plus, the international community was starting to get nervous about space warfare. So the Outer Space Treaty was coming soon. And it was becoming very clear that the future of space needed less, preferably 0 nukes shooting at the moon. Oh, and I know people just love to laugh at the US. Oh, America's crazy as hell. What are they doing? Slow it down. The Soviets also had their own plan. It was called Project A119. Yeah, they were about to blow the moon up too. But luckily for everyone, they also came to their senses. And think about this. In the Cold War, we really almost had the US and Russia just shooting nukes at the moon left and right, like 2 boxers in the final round of a heavyweight division fight. Guys, imagine being an alien looking at Earth from across the whole solar system, just like, man, we gotta take these pyramids back. Fast forward to today, and nukes in space are still off the table. Well, legally at least. But the conversation about space weaponization, still alive. You've got China testing hypersonic gliders, Elon Musk pretending to be a Diablo pro, real dangerous things. Oh, and just when you thought we learned our lesson, the United States created the Space Force. Now you may think they did that for memes. Nah bro, it's for orbital dominance. Basically, Project A119 walked so the Space Force could fly. Give it 20 more years, somebody's gonna try to weaponize a comet. Bro, I wonder if Earth is considered the Florida of the solar system. Like aliens are just watching us, clipping our shit, but all of them are just too afraid to come visit. I mean, they probably heard, hey, them motherfuckers got somebody named Gorlock the Destroyer, and said, hell no.
My name is Optimus Prime. We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
So I mean, yeah, that's Project A119, where the US just looked up at the moon and said, what if we blew that bitch up? I mean, think about that. We almost turned the moon, a symbol of mystery and exploration, into a damn hentai, anime, sushi creating factory. Japan 2.0. Hey, but listen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And subscribe if you want to. And if you liked the video, don't forget to press that like button. But like every other time, stay safe out there, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.